A trailer to a very popular film that came out a couple years ago was released this past week. Let's talk about A Quiet Place Part 2. So, for those of you who don't remember, Quiet Place was this kind of hit movie about a family living in a dystopian future where monsters that hunt by sound have pretty much destroyed all of society, and they are barely surviving by implementing ways to stay very quiet and not make a lot of noise. The movie was written and directed by John Krasinski, starring him, his wife, and not their kids, but still a good children actors, which is something I cannot say for the movie I'll be reviewing later. I'm gonna get some hate for that, but anyway, okay. Yeah, so let's get into it. So the first movie was very enjoyable. It had a few problems. In fact, there was something at the beginning of the movie, which I'll get into. It's been 2 years since the movie came out. The beginning of the movie, where my one irritating problem with A Quiet Place, there's some problems in it. There's some leaves you a few questions, but overall, I thought it was an enjoyable film. I hated at the beginning of the movie when they have like the littlest boy who's like really young. You can tell this kid's really young. And he wants to play with this toy spaceship, but it's a light up and it'll make sounds and buzzings, and that'll bring the monsters. And they tell him you can't bring it, but his little sister wants to be kind to him, so she picks the toy back out and gives it to him. Unbeknownst to them, apparently he's got some batteries on him, and he puts the batteries in the toy, and it goes off, and it's like making spaceships. That's like, and the monsters here, and they come out and they kill the kid. So that sets up the character arcs for the characters going forward, because they're trying to survive this, but at the same time they're still reeling from the deaths of the kid, and the daughter who gave him the toy, she blames herself, and she thinks her dad hates her now because she got the son killed. But here's my problem with it. I understand that the boy in the first movie that he gets killed in the beginning, he's very young. It's obvious he's a little kid, but he's old enough where he can talk and he can walk and all that stuff. Here's my problem. When the toy starts making noises, he's just playing with it, like, ooh. His reaction should be, oh shit, and he tosses it, and then but the monster still gets him. I understand that he's just a little kid, he's a little boy, but if I was born into a world where there are monsters that will kill you, and that's even as a little kid, you would think, because kids are afraid of monsters. The monster in the closet, monster under the bed, the monster the scratching outside your window at night, the darkness. Kids are afraid of that. If I grew up in a world where I was told, like, you can't make sound or you will die, a monster will come by and fucking kill you and rip you apart, my natural reaction to something making a sound would be like, oh no, go away, but no, he's like just playing like, ooh, like, oh, like, like, no, the monster, like. And once again, I get it. It's supposed to be a kid. We're supposed to be like, oh, he's a kid. He doesn't know. But he grew up in this world. I understand he's only a few years old. But this is his reality. Like they do stuff to keep quiet. It's just like, I'm probably being too hard on that scene, but that's always bugged me. Thankfully, the rest of the movie was pretty good. Some other little flaws here and there, but that would always bug me. Anyway. Oh, I'm going to get some hate for that. I know it. Whatever. Moving on. But yeah, so... They dropped the trailer for the sequel, it seems pretty cool. The trailer starts off with a flashback to Emily Blunt's character Evelyn, who played the wife in the first movie, and it's a flashback to the day the monsters appeared. She's in the car with her two kids driving around. The radio's not working. People are running around the streets. She's all confused. What's going on? She doesn't know what's happening, and then just. Boom! One of the monsters just crashes down in a car and starts like grabbing and hacking away people. They're freaking out. She puts the car in reverse. She's hauling ass. There's chaos all around her. Things are going off. They're trying to get to their dad, and like they pass where he's working, I guess, or like his car crash. I'm not sure. It's a little unclear there in the trailer. But they're hauling ass, and all of a sudden a freaking bus starts railing right at them. She's got to put the car in reverse. She's trying to like driving backwards at like high speed. But as like they're driving back at high speed, you see one of the monsters crawl out of the broken window of the bus. It's creepy and all that stuff. Actually, by the way, the monsters, without revealing the design, if you haven't seen the first one, I actually like the design. It's simple, but at the same time, they got it's simple but unique. When I saw it, I was afraid it was going to look like the Cloverfield monster, because for a while there was a lot of movies where like monsters look like the Cloverfield monster, but these are a little different. They got different skin color. They're more armored looking. But yeah. So we skip back to modern day, where it's right after the events of the last film. Emily Blunt and her kids, they're leaving their farm/home that they've been living at, because after the events of the last film, there's not a good reason to stay there. Everything got wrecked by the monsters. They're moving on, and they seem to be somewhere in the city or some industrial area, and they're just trying to stay quiet because they're no longer, because they had set up their farmland to be like they had special paths where they had sand to step on so they wouldn't make noise. They had things set up so they could be quiet as possible. But now they're out in the world where all like their precautions are gone. It's back to like, stay quiet as hell, don't move, But yeah, so. And they're moving along, and Emily Blunt sets off this trap. It makes noise, and they start running, and they're running, screaming. They're thinking, "What the hell's going to happen now?" But then they get confronted by a man wearing not a handkerchief over his mouth, and then the monsters are creeping right on top of them. He gets them to safety. It turns out to be Cillian Murphy, who I'm trying to think. Cillian Murphy's been in a lot of stuff. He's within 28 Days Later. He was played the Scarecrow in the Dark Knight trilogy. Really good actor. He's in the movie, and like they're telling, and he's like, you got to be smart about things, but they want to help people because in the last movie they found a way to fight back the monsters. They found a way to fight against these things, and they're telling him like, we want to go out and try to save more people and bring everyone together. And he's like, where the hell have you been? It's like there's no one worth saving. And then we start to get flashbacks to, like, I'm guessing, Cillian Murphy's origin when the day the monsters attack his area. And so I think what the movie is going to be is, like, them trying to restore faith to people that, we can beat these things. It's, we got to come together as people. Like, we can't let our fears and our horrors and our anxieties rule us. We can't, about the way the world is. We got to try to, like, fight back. I think, sorry, I hit the mic there. I think that's what this movie is going to be about. One would think, because that's really, that's it's a logical choice. Because in the last movie, they found the key to fighting back against the monsters, which I thought it was like a nice, unique kind of a way. So I'm interested in seeing how this movie's going to turn out. Because I remember when I first started the movie, a lot of people were making comparisons to the movie Tremors, starring Kevin Bacon, which had giant underground carnivorous worms who also hunted by sound. So people were making little comparisons by that. But A Quiet Place has its own unique monster design. It's got its own unique setting. It's not it's not like a Tremors where you had a small little town. It's a global issue. It's a global dystopian type of film. And yeah, no, I'm excited for it. A lot of people liked it. Some people didn't like it. There were some, and I get why some people did. There were, little problems. But for me, the problems in the movie weren't as big as they were for other people. So yeah, if you haven't seen A Quiet Place, I do recommend you go check it out. I think it's a good, interesting film, and it does get creepy and scary at times. Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to see a full episode, I live stream every Thursday night on Facebook right after I see the movie, or you can tune in to the Revenge Online Radio Network every Friday morning at 9 a.m. If you enjoyed the show, please consider contributing to the Patreon, patreon.com/PO Vincent.